final calling point on our M check, as we work through all the parts of the frame, checking all the parts, is the rear wheel. So we started with the checks on the front wheel, which still apply to the rear wheel. So we're checking the hub, the bearing in there, we're checking the spokes, we're checking the state of the tyre and that it's got enough air in it. In this case, as I squeeze the tyre, it's hard to squeeze it inwards, and it kind of feels like a solid block of rubber. If I compare that with the front wheel, where I can easily push it in, far too easily, that has nowhere near enough air in it, and this has about the right amount. I can squeeze it slightly, but I can't squeeze it too much, so it goes, so it distorts. So besides those checks on the rear wheel, because we have the gears as part of the rear wheel, when we were at the front, we were checking the front derailleur, which is this part, and on the rear wheel we have the rear derailleur, which moves the chain between the gears on the rear wheel. So I'm going to use the shifter on the handlebar to check the range of gears. So can I get between all of the gears? In this case I have 7 gears, and I'm just checking as I move through those gears, can I get to all of them? In this case there's one of the gears I can't reach, but I'm not going to address that just now. So I've checked the gears. The other thing that I want to check while I'm at the rear wheel, if the shifting isn't right with the rear derailleur, it can be an indication that this derailleur is bent, and we'll look at that in more detail on another video. But if you look from the back of the bike, the derailleur should be straight downwards, and the jockey wheel, front and back, top and bottom, should be in line with that. And the other thing, the final thing that we want to check while we're at the back here, is just to look a little bit more at the chain. So when we were at the front, we were checking that when we turn the cranks, that there's smooth movement of the chain and that it's not skipping. And also we can see from looking at the chain, if it's black and it has a lot of dirt on it, then it will need to be cleaned and lubricated. Maybe it's just dry and then it needs lubricating only. We will have a separate video on checking for wear on the chain and checking for how to lubricate your chain. But that's something to be aware of. Is it moving freely, and does it look like it's got a lot of dirt on it? So that's the last thing that we're checking at the rear of the bike, and that completes the M check.